What is up guys, Groge Gaming here. Welcome back to another Clash Royale video. I'm glad to be back with more videos after my little trip away. So yeah, in today's video we are going to be covering some of the best decks that you can use to go between 5,000 and 6,000 trophies, maybe even higher. And I want to do this because I felt like, as you can see my season here, I felt like the ladder was just really hard. If you didn't have the specific decks, or you weren't good with the very specific decks, then you couldn't push high. For example, some of the Minor Mortar Bait decks, or the Hog Mortar Bait deck, so those were the free-to-play decks that did really well. Or if you're max, then you can push high. If you're really good with Expo, you can push high. And then a few Hog Cycle players push really high as well. So it was just a really bad season for me, and I just kept getting hard counted, couldn't get anywhere. Got to 5-7-8-1 after the stream yesterday, and then just tilted and was just playing until like 4 AM and wanted to cry. So yeah, but we have this chest here. We finished 2-7-4-1 in the world, which is not awful, but it's not very good for me anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to open up this chest, and then we're going to cover some of the decks. So let's get into it. So we finished at 5-6-7-1 trophies, and we're going to open that up. We're going to get 7,327 gold, and obviously this doesn't really matter, so I'll just take the extra gold. Looks like the Goblin Hut is max, so I'll take the Zappies. Ooh, Baby Dragon or P.E.K.K.A. I'll probably go with Baby Dragon because for a while now, I've been trying to work towards a max column deck. So Tombstone there is a good choice. Going to get a legendary at the end, and obviously we'll go for Hunter because who wants the clone really? So are we going to get 1 or 2 legendaries per stack? Let's have a look, and we are going to get just the one. We're going to go for the log there, get that closer to level 5. I don't really see myself using Bandit, it's too low level. So that's all good. So guys, these are 5 of the decks that I think are really good for pushing between 5,000 and 6,000 or above, you know, trophies. And if you want to get into the top 10,000, top 5,000, you might want to consider using one of these decks. So let's just go through them. We've got the Giant Cycle deck with the Mini P.E.K.K.A, Musketeer, Mega Minion, and then triple spells. So obviously it counters those mortar decks really nicely, and it's a really cool beatdown deck that I'm interested in leveling up. So that is really solid. I saw that so much. Then we've got the Hog Cycle deck, which obviously I think Jack finished #1 in the world with, and I really enjoy using. The only issue is for some people they don't have Max Musketeer. That is the only issue with this deck. The other levels don't really matter, so Max Musketeer is really essential. You could probably use another Hog Cycle deck, for example, Knight and Archers in this deck with Zap or something like that. Maybe some Bats or something like that in there as well. So this is a really solid deck that works. Just be careful of that Musketeer level. Then we've got the Hog Mortar Bait, which is just prevalent everywhere, and a lot of people use different variations of this, but this is one of the ones that I think is the most solid, and I know a couple people that got to 6k with it. So yeah, that is very good. And then we've got this Giant 3 Musketeers deck, which is more, you kind of need those better levels to use it. The 3 Musketeer level really matters, and then the others, the common levels, matter as well. But yeah, I kept getting a lot of mirror matchups when I use this deck, but it is a really good deck for pushing. And then we've got the Dirty deck, which is the Minor Mortar Bait deck. So yeah, pretty annoying to play against, and I hated playing against it at all times. But yeah, it's really good, and there's a couple different variations of it that work really well. The variation that I know someone that got into the top 200 after previously having a personal best of like 5,500. He got to Ultimate Champion with the log instead of the minor in there. So it's just crazy how good this deck is, and it's obviously incredibly free to play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into a game with the other decks and basically just show you how they work. This deck is fairly well leveled for me, obviously, so I can use it without any trouble. Okay, so Princess, we don't have a great play to make here, so we're just going to put a Giant down to soak the Princess when it comes towards our side. Okay. This could be an issue. Hopefully no Zap. So we're going to zap the Inferno Dragon, and that's going to go down. Ooh, level 11 Goblin Gang. That's interesting. Level 2 Royal Ghost. So this guy's pushed pretty high for his levels, I would say. Doing a nice job of that. So I wonder... Ooh, so he's got a level 9 Skelly Barrel. No, so my Goblin Gang does good. Does well against that. So as you can see, even level 9 Skelly Barrel is pretty annoying to play against. I imagine he will actually stop. Yeah. So the Battle Ram Barbarians didn't do anything for me, really, in the grand scheme of things. Want to make sure the Princess doesn't. Okay, I missed the zap on that, but we're still going to get a shot, which is good. He's probably going to spam some more stuff at me. Maybe not. I'm going to leave that for now. Okay, bad time to pump up, probably. Okay, that's good. Good. So he's wasted that. We're going to be fairly high on Elixir. I know this is probably not a good representation of the deck because of this guy's levels, but I think you get the idea of how to play it. We're going to go opposite lane with the Musketeers so that he can't get decent value there. Okay, so he fireballs over there, which is interesting. So now I'm going to come in with a minion horde. He does a Mega Knight on the left. Zap that to keep the giant alive for a sec, and we should pretty much take this tower nearly. Just going to defend this right side with a giant, and we're looking pretty good. He's probably going to fireball those, but it's whatever. Oh, those Musketeers do work. Jesus. Let's see if we can actually take down the left side as well. I imagine we probably will. No, not quite. But yeah, this deck is really, really solid. You basically just build up a big Elixir lead. And then just be careful of their spells. Don't give them too much value. You split lane, one behind the giant. And then you can put the Battle Ram in the opposite lane. And it usually just forces opponents. Well, usually you gain a big Elixir lead and then they're not able to defend it. So now we've got the Hog Mortar Bait deck, which is obviously very, very strong. Good luck. So. Bat's going down. And then let's just see what he's going to do. Okay, not too bad. No shots. Oh, okay, so he's got arrows and zap. Seeming like a bit of a counter deck because I don't actually have a knight or anything to deal with the elite barbarians. So it'd be interesting to see how I can overcome that. I'm going to go for a mortar. Okay, so he's already back to that. Great. Barbarians as well, so my hog, my poor little hog, will probably struggle. Wow, okay. Yes, my poor little hog will probably struggle to get through. So he's got zap. Split the Goblin Gang, and then I'll probably go for another mortar. Okay. Mortar's going to lock onto the tower. I don't know what this guy's doing. 3 Musketeers. Okay. So I'm going to use Minion Horde on the left. And then probably go for some bats here. I'll be surprised if he prediction arrows. Okay, he does. But it's okay. We're still going to maintain the damage lead. Zaps there. Damn, so this... I'd probably say this is a counter deck because he has a lot to stop the barbarians. The hog, sorry. And he can tank the mortar. And then I don't have a spell for the 3 musks. And then he has the arrows and the zap. So, pretty irritating deck to go against. Let's just send in this. Okay, so the hog is going to get... Nice. Probably just going to let that go for now. Wow, did he just mirror those? Holy crap. Excuse my language. Jeez. I actually can't believe what I just saw. That's crazy. So I know his zap is out of cycle. I'm just going to set up a... Okay. Okay, we're very, very close to winning now. Okay, beautiful. Then we're going to send in this. Then we're going to throw in that. Also zap. Yeah, nice. So you can kind of see how to play around the counters. He was obviously pretty bad. Pretty bad. Look at that deck. So yeah, weird deck, but you kind of have to just be careful and spread out your troops and wait for them to use their spells wrong, and then you can punish. So pretty good. And then obviously we have the Hog Cycle deck. I'm not going to do any games with this because I have a level 8 mini P.E.K.K.A, but once that's leveled up I'll probably use that and show you guys it. So hope you understand. Let's jump into a game with the Hog Cycle, the 2.6 Hog Cycle that I'm pretty sure Jack finished #1 in the world with, which is insane. So good luck. I'm alright with this deck. I wouldn't say I'm that great. Yikes. That should do for now. Obviously it's going to be 3 Musketeers, judging by the cards that he's used so far. Going to be forced to use a Musketeer there as well. And I could probably go for a prediction log along with this. Kind of in this direction. Yes, beautiful. So you can kind of tell with the style of deck that he had that was that a Goblin Gang was coming. So I have used a lot of elixir, so he's going to have a decent elixir lead. But that level 11 Firebolt on his level 10 pump will actually help the situation a little bit. And now I've taken a tower early on. It's a bit easier to defend split pushes, but obviously not really easy. So we're going to have a bit of trouble. Okay, that was really laggy. But I'm pretty sure we defended that nicely. His minion horde will be in cycle. I didn't see him use that, so... Okay, now I used it. I mean, didn't exactly want to use my Fireball there, but that's okay. Maybe if I stack up 2 Musketeers like this. Yeah, that's not bad. Nice. Okay, and obviously Fireball comes in there. So you've just got to be very, very careful and try and defend as best as possible when they have that big elixir lead, because these decks, these Golem decks with the 3 Musketeers usually do get an elixir lead. So you just got to be clever, and that was pretty nice. So guys, that is going to do it for today. We covered 5 decks that I believe to be very, very prominent and very, very strong towards top 10,000 and above. So kind of 5,000 to 6,000 depending on the season, maybe higher. And obviously this season we had a longer season, so people push higher. So Giant Cycle, very, very solid. You could probably throw some archers in there But Mini Peck is pretty solid. You could throw Prince in as well, kind of switch some stuff around, maybe throw some arrows in for Zap or for Log, depending on what you're feeling. So yeah, depending on how hard you want to counter these mortar decks. And then we've got 2.6 Hog Cycle, which is just so fun to play. And then we've got Hog Mortar Bait, which is more of a free-to-play friendly deck. Also very, very strong. Then we've got this more of a pay-to-win style deck with the rares that need leveling up in there. But this is a really, really solid deck, and you've got to get those split pushes going with that. And then we have the spammy, really, really fun spammy deck with the Mortar and the Skelly Barrel, which you can sub-log in for the Miner if you want. And this deck just absolutely dominates. I saw it all over the place, and it really, really annoyed me. So yeah, give these decks a go for the coming season and let me know how you get on. And I hope this can help some of you guys out to realise what the meta is and how to adapt to it and play around it. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, a comment and subscribe, and then I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.